Okay, that's a wise quote there on knowledge and information here. A new broom sweeps very quickly and better, but the old broom knows the corner of the house. That talks about the word of experience and some sort of memory that experience will give you. And that's why we put that there. It's still, the program is still this morning on ITV, broadcasting from your darling station, Independent Television. A wonderful Monday morning, looking such wet on the 10th day in the 6th month in the year 2019, and we're watching that. So much political event around, but we want to talk about aviation. You know, there is some information trending on the social media now about somewhat of air panic yesterday involving a major airline, but somewhat the passengers were happy that they touched down safely, that they got some severe turbulence in the air, and everyone was panicking. You know, this issue of Quran and Bible, you know how many there are in the plane. When you just get, I've observed that. I think it was Chanchangi, am I right here? I was going to Port Harcourt in 2005 or 4. And everyone was busy reading all these motivational books. And when we entered turbulence, I was on that flight with Malam Nasir Rufai. Then it was FCT Minister. And all of a sudden, we entered into severe turbulence. And hey, guy, you know, the small Gideon Bible and Islamic bead and Islamic pamphlets are all everywhere. Everyone got to start reading very quickly. My name is Ikaruata. It's time we talk aviation this morning. And one man got the kill, and that's the man on the screen there, Mr. Gordon N.E.K. And he loved and loved and loved flying so much. But he decided to guide us, for us who fly, and how best we could fly better, to know when we fly what are things going on around us. We must take stock. We must not just go into the plane like a package, like persons are packaged in a box and closed, not knowing our environment, that we must go in as Homo sapiens sapien, the wise thinking being, and understand the environment. And that's the corner on the screen, the telephone number, email address, website, YouTube channel, and Twitter handle. You can follow him through. But the good news is here with me this morning, a wonderful morning, sir.
Hi, good morning, Atta.
Good morning. The weekend was rough. I had a very turbulent time at the airport. Some guys want to make money. They want to rip money off you. That's a nice one. But you cheerful this morning.
Well, I mean, always. I deal with life as it comes.
Okay, before we start here, let's talk about that very quickly. What's the experience like?
You know, I have had people, you know, severally calling me, you know, based on this program and the contact details that we usually display, telling me that a whole lot of messy things are going on at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, especially with some, you know, they describe them as touts, you know, harassing and hounding people, you know, when they, you know, park their cars. They have the cars clamped and they ask to pay 25,000. Alternatively, you pay anything, you know, less off records, and they unclamp the car.
That's the one for the boys.
That's the one for the boys. You know, extreme corrupt, you know, practices. Believe you me, I never understood it and never, you know, witnessed it or in any form. And until that was on the 6th. You know, you remember that very rainy 6th, you know, morning of this month. Yeah. I think 6th was Thursday, wasn't it?
On Thursday.
Yeah, that was on
Thursday morning.
That's correct. Now, my wife had a trip to make to Owerri, and she was booked on Peace Air. And of course, the flight was an early morning flight. And I brought her to the airport. But then, because of the heavy rain, there was a long, you know, traffic, the approach to the airport.
Oh, long queue.
Right from, yes, long queue, right from the
toll gate.
The toll gate. It was quite heavy. And we spent almost 45 minutes. Thank God that we left home quite early, you know, anticipating that because of the heavy rain, that such a thing might be happening there. We spent 45 minutes, and guess what, Arthur? My bladder was busting. I had the urge to urinate and ease myself. And Godike wouldn't be one to be seen parked on the approach to the airport on the roadside peeing. I couldn't stand the thought of it because the pressure was
much.
I held on, And remember, you pay a toll to get into that airport.
That's true.
That toll entitles you to a parking space. And it's the business
Or
of
you,
all,
you only pay to traverse, or you pay to park.
you either traverse or you park. But the fact that you paid entitles you to a service. And what those officials should be doing there is managing the situation, especially during peak period when you have cars littered everywhere. I mean, there should be a way of, but sometimes even if necessary, collecting keys from people.
Assisting people.
Yes, assisting people. But no, what they do there is hound people, hide, around the corners, not in uniform. You wouldn't even know the difference between the touts and all the boys milling around in the airport and asking for arms and wanting to help people for in exchange for some little money. And the only time you identify them is when you see them carrying their clamping equipment. That's when you know that this is one of them. But they are not uniformed. And so anyway, to cut the long story short, I managed to arrive at the first park just after the new terminal. Good. The first unpaved park on the left. And there I saw that the entire park was filled with cars. There was no space except one narrow street.
Has Madame highlighted them?
Yes, of course. She had highlighted and rushed in the rain because she was almost running late. The 45 minutes we spent on the queue. That's very
good. So that we know it's just you now. The masculine thing, and that will be okay by us.
That's correct. So I now found a narrow strip. You're going to see the photo now and see the video.
If you have the tape, we can see what
just the photo first. Let's be passing so that our viewers will see what's going on. I didn't block a road. I didn't block any car because the whole idea. No, this is the one showing us starting from there. Just be running the photos gradually one after the other. That's my car there. The Nissan.
The red Nissan Jeep.
Yes, Armada. You will notice that my car wasn't blocked in. Okay, that's my shoe they destroyed because they kept me in the rain for 2 hours when they clamped, and that's my triple sensor, watch they ruined, that day. I didn't realize that because of stress and tension. That's my car there.
I know the car.
You can see that no car was blocked. The road, that's a military car in front of which I parked. Okay. And you can see there are other cars parked in that street. Can you see one behind the military car? So I went there, found that I wasn't blocking entrance to the video will show you that even cars were entering as I was parked. I wasn't blocking entrance to the park. I wasn't blocking any car. I just had my car in front of a military truck. That military truck you saw one moment ago. And then, of course, exchanged pleasantries with the officer, and rushed in to ease myself. If you give us that first photo of where people were standing around with the umbrella, right at the entrance, into the terminal, give us that first photo so that you will see something. I made to go to the external toilet facilities there to ease myself. Lo and alas, it was under lock and key with a bench. Take a look. Okay. Can you see the bench behind that young man? Yeah. Keep us on that photo so that our viewers will see the sort of thing that we want to put an end to in that airport. Can you keep us on that first photo?
It's going to go back now. It's going to go back to it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. You see that the male toilet is the one on the right. Yeah. Where you see a bench.
Correct.
A wooden bench.
Correct.
Blocking the door.
Correct.
So as I was rushing, almost peeing in my pants, and I was rushing to ease myself, somebody said to me, "Oga, that toilet not the work." Yeah, and it was the same young man that nicely walked up to me from the company, offering the services of. You are going to see the young man of the trolley service. They call them Lakewood also. Then he quickly. When I told him that, listen, my bladder was bursting, you could see concern. The young man took me quickly and passed through security checks and then took me to the toilet meant for passengers leaving the, the departure hall. That was where I now eased myself. And then everything happened within 5 minutes. And I came back. What did I find? My car was clammed.
Inside the rain?
Inside the rain. And then in that same rain, I walked up to the red container where they were, and I saw this very nasty, extremely nasty, hooliganistic looking, man, sitting there.
Is that not too harsh?
No, not too harsh. His actions, I have witnesses. That's why I can so describe him. I have witnesses and I have all their contacts. Look, I'm going to put an end to that nonsense because my lawyers are putting, papers, works to the papers, and we're going to call their attention soon. And if they don't sort out matters, amicably, they will be in court for huge sums of damages.
Then what happened?
Then I got there and I said to the young man there, my name is Godike. I am so. I just made my car that is neither blocking the road nor blocking any car clammed. And I want to know why my car was. So, okay, your car was clammed because it was parked in the wrong place. I say, where were your officials when I came? Who should have shown me where, a more appropriate place to park? And come now and go show me where I blocked a road and I blocked a car. No, he said to me, he said, I don't have time for that. Just put down 25,000 naira and go and have your car unclammed. Right immediately when I saw him acting in a very nasty, very uncivilized and irresponsible manner, I called the general manager in charge of corporate affairs of FAN and reported what happened to her. And she asked me to give the phone to the gentleman to talk to him. He refused to touch my phone. That's why I describe him as nasty and hooliganistic. He had clearly that the person online was the general manager of FAN. You know what he said? We are concessionaires. What business do we have with FAN? That will tell you how ignorant. He didn't know that the concession was given to his company
by FAN.
By FAN. And the FAN, is their
regulate him, inspect him, monitor him. That's
what he muttered under his breath. Oh, we are concessionaires. What business do I have with her? So I now put the woman on speakerphone and said to her, Madam, be mindful, you are on speakerphone. He won't touch my phone, so you may not speak. He will hear you. So she began to speak. Before the woman could finish speaking, this guy started shouting back at her. And the woman got angry and banged the phone. And then I went back to the soldier in that truck that I parked in front. I said, "Can you see what's going on here, officer? In your judgment, have I done anything wrong?" The officer there said no. That he said he was amazed and shocked at the disrespect and nastiness of these people. So I now called the woman again, the GM of, and said, "Please, can you describe to the GM of FAN what you're seeing?" The soldier took his time and gave evidence on phone to the GM of corporate affairs of FAN. And then at that point, she said she had called the airport manager to take charge of the situation. But before that would happen, the soldier identified one of the boys milling around there looking for other cars to clamp for money, and then thundered at them, said, "Listen, if you don't unclamp that car right now, you won't enjoy what I'm going to do here." And so seeing a soldier so furious, they quickly ran to my car and unclamped. Of course, I took a video clip of what had happened, and then.
Okay, can I watch that video quickly? Can I watch that video?
Yeah.
If those in the control room can, let's just watch the video quickly, and so that from that point we hit the ground and look at how this Sharika issue, which I've been following up quickly. Okay, that's the video.
Look, I'm drenched for nothing. For nothing. And the guy was busy shouting at the director of corporate affairs. That man was lose his job. Because I'm going to send this to her. Would you like me to record your car? Yeah, I just want to see the relationship. That's why. All right, thank you. And of course, you're my witness. You went all through with me. What's your name?
Maxwell.
Maxwell who?
Obon.
Eh?
Obon.
Obon. You work for Lakewood Janitorial?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. You're a witness to all that happened here, aren't you?
Yes.
All right, that's fine.
You beg them, beg before every time you anything forward. You beg them very well.
Officer, please, I still want to take this matter up. Because, look, I'm drenched for nothing. For nothing. And the guy was busy shouting at the director of corporate affairs. That man was lose his job. Because I'm going to send this to her. Would you like me to record your car? Yeah, I just want to see the relationship. That's why. All right, thank you. He was the one that saved the situation on that morning, and this
Okay,
particular
very sad
young
here,
man,
but somehow, yeah, I think it's go down to the fore on how we treat people and how we see ourselves here. Those persons who are at the airport, those who are in charge of enforcement, they think they prefer arrest. Even in traffic light, you see policemen not guiding you properly. They have to wait for when you break the law for them to actually, particularly in areas where you need to turn. And they tell you, oh, there is no turning sign here. You ought not to turn here. We don't stop time.
on both sides,
time.
you can see that there's access to the park.
Well, let's move on. I think he would have learned that. They will learn their lesson. And when your lawyers write, from that point they will learn more that you don't treat people like trash and treat them like human beings are indeed not made by a lesser God. What do we have for today?
We're doing part 3 of the previous situation analysis, roadmap, and achievements in the aviation sector in 2000.
That's for those who are watching us. Yeah. We are reviewing the tenure of Hadi Sirika as head of the aviation ministry, and we are looking at him, looking at what he wrote, what he planned to do, what he told us he would do, and eventually what he did before exit. And we are finding that he performed from his own what I call it now, his own terms of reference, what he gave us as his own syllabus, and the exam he set for himself. But when we want to check that, we are saying something that appears that the marking scheme would not favor him. But let's go ahead.
All right, clip 1 very quickly. Clip 1. Okay, this was the last, just to refresh the memory of, this was the last clip we had last week. We want to refresh memory and then move on from there very quickly. Safety and security infrastructure weather related, certification of the Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NIMET, for conformity with the requirements of ISO 9001:2015, the provision of meteorological services to the aviation industry and other user sectors. The only meteorological agency in Africa to achieve the 2015 version. Good news. National and international collaborative partnership on improved weather and climate services delivery. NIMET provides daily weather forecast to Liberia and Sierra Leone. Okay, that's good news. NIMET is currently training meteorological personnel of the Republic of Gambia in Banjul. NIMET has entered into strategic partnerships with Met agencies of Korea, Finland, and India with a view to developing our capacity to design and fabricate automatic weather equipment and meteorological satellite system. Okay. Can we move to clip 2 very quickly?
Clip 2 quickly. We're going to clip 2.
Yeah, are we there?
Let's go to clip 1. Let's go to clip 2.
That's correct. Safety and the security infrastructure continues. Then installed low-level wind shear alarm system at Katsina, Ilorin, and Kaduna airports. ADC Airlines crash in Abuja, October 29. You remember I dealt with that. This thing, it was as a result of a low-level wind shear. Remember also that we dealt with the topic described as wind shear pilot's greatest nightmare. Very well. So,
in that ADC crash, I lost a very nice friend, Senator Sule Gandhi. I think Mashido was also in that.
That's
really,
correct.
Really very
correct.
Heading for Sokoto.
Anyone who wants to refresh his or her memory on that can go on our blog, www.aviationfreaks.com. Scroll up to link to YouTube, and then just type in ADC, and you have all the episodes that we did. It was quite comprehensive. Why that plane came down and killed all those lovely men and women, you know, in the flight. But now I'm just wondering, do we have these LLWAS, the low-level wind shear in Abuja? Because that accident took place here in Abuja. And what I'm seeing here is Katsina, Ilorin, and Kaduna airports, where we'll just assume that Abuja has since had its yes, that's correct. Completed the modernization of NIMET focused office and construction of zonal office at Malam Aminu Kano International Airport, formerly known as Makia Kano. Installed tidal gauge at NIMET Marine Station, Eket. Interesting. You know what, I mean, the tidal gauge, you know, a gauge that will tell you when the sea is rising and when it's coming, you know, the rising and falling of the sea levels based on the gravitational activities of the sun and the moon. That's what's creating all those tidal waves. So now we have a gauge there, you know, in Eket. Constructed additional hydrogen gas generation building and remodeled synoptic offices at Lokeja Station and Gumbe. Keep clip 3 very quickly, please.
You're going to keep clip 3 quickly? If you can teach us clip 3.
Continued with the Doppler weather radar project, which was, I had explained Doppler to you last week, which was started in 2007 but abandoned. Okay, the weather radar systems will soon be commissioned. That will be in Kano, Lagos, Port Harcourt, Abuja, and then Maiduguri, and then Yola. Yes. Undertook rehabilitation of several meteorological enclosures, recording equipment, forecasting facilities, and associated infrastructure nationwide to enhance weather recording and use. Atta, this particular issue is for you journalists to go and verify, because we are talking about rehabilitation here. We want to be sure that these equipment have been truly rehabilitated and that they are working well. Because this is the whole essence of this time we spend and energy we spend adding our own little value to development of our nation, isn't it? In June 2018, NIMET's Regional Training Center got full reaccreditation by the WMO to continue offering courses for that's the World Meteorological Organization, by the way. The WMO is the World Meteorological Organization. You know, to continue offering courses for meteorological personnel from West, Central, and North Africa. That's good news. Can we go to clip 4, please?
Quickly, let's see what we've got in clip 4. That's clip 4 now.
Yeah.
Achievements in the aviation sector.
Yes. The safety and security, accident investigation and prevention. It said published 10 final reports on serious incidents out of 28 released. Since the creation of Accident Investigation Bureau, that's the AIB, in 2007, 36% of total reports released. Okay. So all reports that have been, being worked on, about 36% of them have been released, and so we just have a whopping 64% to be dealt with. Our investigation is not an easy task, I must admit. issued 39 safety recommendations out of a total of 121 issued by the agency. 32% of total safety recommendations, okay? Published the first safety bulletin in AIB's history. I haven't seen a copy of this. I'm going to look out for it. I hope it's published online as well.
Okay.
Well, I'll see what happens.
But so should bulletin be a major achievement in our area sector?
Well,
because many can publish bulletin, agencies publish bulletin, even smaller one, even club unions publish bulletin. I'm sorry, you are a mega industry. If bulletin is your achievement, I know that even towns union have bulletin. We see those towns union from smaller villages. 20, 50 guys in Abuja just have a nice bulletin.
Your reasoning makes sense. I must admit.
They even go to the village, get the royal father's picture, get the ones here, get some project they have done, put all together, and have a nice bulletin.
Your reasoning makes sense.
Even churches even have bulletin for every Sunday. Some Catholic churches have bulletin for every Sunday.
That's correct.
So I think they should keep that.
Not some Catholic churches, all Catholic churches. They have bulletins every Sunday. All Catholic churches.
Then they have their own bulletin.
I mean, I am one, so I can tell you.
Maybe their bulletin is the one they produce. They have to go and print in London. Okay, let's go ahead quickly.
Yeah, safety and security accident continues. Okay.
That's clip
Launch the clip 5, please. Clip 5.
Clip 5.
Clip 5.
Okay, that's good.
Here we go. Launch the Accident Investigation Bureau AIB Nigeria mobile app in November 2017. Yes, I've seen that mobile app. I think I have one on my phone to ease the process of reporting air accidents and serious incidents, and to enhance access by the public. I can bet you that a whole lot of people do not know, a whole lot of Nigerian flyers do not know that this app is there, and I wonder who's going to report what if they don't know that the app is there. It hasn't been properly advertised. Correct. And you know, so anyway, I can tell you that I have a copy, and I know that the app is this, and it's quite interesting. I've gone through the app.
Okay.
Yeah. Rehabilitated the emergency operating center and furnishing of the resuscitation centers at Abuja and Lagos airports. I need you to go and verify this. That's what you investigative journalists should be doing.
Okay.
You know, because for me, anytime I find myself for one reason or the other at the airport, I always look out for the things that we need to improve upon, and we'll deal with them. This idea that toilets facilities will never work. I've never seen it anywhere in the world.
Even where it worked, you have about 5, 6 guys. Sometimes you go to some airport, they are just clean and dry. Ours is so wet, and you have some 5, 6 guys telling you. Or when I went in Lagos, the man had to fold tissue and give to me. I will leave fold tissue and give to me. Why don't you leave it there? And I use it for one to use. The whole thing, but let's go ahead. We'll talk about that another day. Our time is almost up.
Yeah, that's right. So let's do clip 6 very quickly.
Clip 6 quickly. Clip 6.
Yeah, we'll just one more after that, and we're done. I think we are going to go within time. Clip 6, airport development and passenger facilitation. That's what we've got on that. We're having technical issues, so I can read on.
Just go ahead, read on quickly.
Yeah. Commission the new international terminal building in Port Harcourt, while the ones at Abuja, Lagos, Kano, and Enugu are at advanced stages of completion. Reconstructed Abuja runway and undertook isolated repair.
That's the major and most visible achievement of Hadi Sirika.
Repair of the taxiway at Apron, including complete
we're in clip 6. We're in clip 6. You can give me clip 6. We're in clip 6.
Yeah, clip 6.
We're in clip 6, not clip 5.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. Well, I'll take it again for the interest of our viewers, because we have 2 minutes to do the last clip of clip 7. Commissioned the new international terminal building in Port Harcourt. That's true. I understand it's quite a lovely place. While the ones at Abuja, Lagos, Kano, and Enugu are at advanced stages of completion, I can tell you that Abuja is also being commissioned. I've been there. It's a wonderful airport. If you go there, you'll be proud to be a Nigerian. But the ambience, environmental ambience, is not complimentary. Not complimentary at all. And I don't see why we can't begin to do multi-level, decent car parks and eliminate all the touting and all the irresponsible activities going on there. But anyway, by the time I'm done with them in this matter they have just taken up, and started,
we'll get it done.
they will learn to do things properly.
Okay, let's rush it.
Yes, linking new Abuja International Terminal to rail station. That is correct.
That's correct.
Very correct.
You know, that's true.
So final clip 7.
Final clip.
And we'll be out of here. Clip 7, please. Streamline the various security screening points at the international airports in line with the executive order on ease of doing business. Installation of solar airfield lighting at 10 airports: Akure, Port Harcourt, Sokoto, Yola, Kaduna, Minna, Enugu, Maiduguri, Jos, and Ibadan. I have no way of verifying this because most of these places mentioned I haven't visited recently. Okay. But it's up to journalists out there listening to find out. Do us a great job, verify those things, and then report back to us, and be sure we'll report back to our viewers. Completed a 1,300 capacity multi-story car park at the international terminal in Lagos through PPP, the private public and private partnership relationship. That's correct. Well, it's nice to hear that. It's nice to know that this is going on. We need those sort of thing in Abuja and eliminate the environmental mess we have on our hands there. Completed the construction of Windy Terminal of NAIA Abuja. Oh well, that's good news. So this is where we are
going to put a pause here so that we can, because our time is up. We're going to put a pause here. Our time is up. We thank you very much for coming, Mr. Golden Enike.
Yeah.
And sorry about what transpired.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
But thank God you got one good guy there and a good soldier there, and just one wrong man.
Well, that wrong man is going to be very expensive. It's going to cost them quite a lot because we need to have a system where they have properly dressed and uniformed men who are there to help.
And are civil.
And civil and there to help. They are not there to hound people or look for people who make mistakes in order to clamp them. They are there to create orderliness. And that's what I must push through. The more they do it, the more I create problems for them until they sit up. We must, listen, a good nation will never fall from the skies. We must build our nation.
I thank you very much, Mr. Golden Enike. We thank you very, very much. I thank you very much. Okay, on that note, we end this segment of the program here. All eyes tomorrow.